So this is happening right now. This is some good news. The UK judge refuses U.S. extradition of WikiLeaks founder Assange. That is great news.
It is.
That is great news. We hosted the town hall for Julian Assange here at the show. We've always been on board with Julian Assange, and this is what the story is. A British judge on Monday rejected the United States request to extradite WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange to face espionage charges over the publication of secret U.S. documents a decade ago, saying suicide was likely if held under harsh U.S. prison conditions. Now, let's remember what they're prosecuting Julian Assange, or they're trying to prosecute him for, is that not anything to do with Trump or Russia or WikiLeaks or the Clinton campaign or any of that, or the server. It's to do with them exposing war crimes of the Bush administration through Chelsea Manning in 2010. That's what this is about. And people don't know that. People think it's about, he's working with Putin. And no, first of all, he never was. But second of all, this is about him exposing war crimes 10 years ago. Barack Obama's administration already tried to prosecute him for this, and they dropped it because they realized they couldn't. In a mixed ruling for Assange and his supporters, the judge rejected defense arguments that the 49-year-old Australian faces a politically motivated American prosecution that rides roughshod over free speech protections. It does all that stuff. It is politically motivated, and it does ride roughshod on free speech. Of course, that judge is corrupt, but the judge did still give him denied the extradition. But she said it. Why? She said because Assange's precarious mental health would likely deteriorate further under the conditions of near total isolation he would face in a U.S. prison. So it's like a humanitarian thing she's doing. She's like, he should be prosecuted, but he'll probably die if they do. That's what she's saying. Lawyers for the U.S. government said they would appeal the decision, and the U.S. Department of Justice said it would continue to seek Assange's extradition. Those people are evil. The lawyers for the U.S. government are evildoers. While we are extremely disappointed in the court's ultimate decision, we are gratified that the United States prevailed on every point of law raised, it said in a statement. In particular, the court rejected all of Mr. Assange's arguments regarding political motivation, political offense, fair trial, and freedom of speech. In other words, the court still upholds our bullshit charges. They just acknowledge we're complete lunatics trying to kill a guy for publishing stuff we didn't want published. That's really what that says. The court still upholds our bullshit charges. They just acknowledge we're complete lunatics trying to kill a guy for publishing stuff that we didn't want people to see. We hope that after consideration of the UK's court's ruling, the United States will decide not to pursue the case further, Assange's lawyer said. Yeah, you've tortured a guy long enough. The U.S. is a bully that hasn't even been portrayed in the movies yet. When does that happen? Amnesty International tweeted this out. We welcome the fact that Julian Assange will not be sent to the United States of America, but this does not absolve the UK from having engaged in this politically motivated process at the behest of the United States and putting media freedom and freedom of expression on trial. Julian Assange's partner, Stella Morris, she gave a speech. You want to hear it?
I ask you all to shout louder, lobby harder, until he is free. I call on everyone else to come together to defend Julian's rights. Not just Julian's rights. They're your rights too. Julian's freedom is coupled to all our freedoms.
I 100% support what she's saying. She's saying it correctly. Julian said Julian's freedom is tied to all our freedoms. And that's exactly right. That is 100% right. How do people not, what? I don't get it. And here's Glenn Greenwald says, Mexico's President AMLO announces that Mexico is offering potential asylum to Julian Assange, citing not only Mexico's tradition of protecting people from political persecution, but also its responsibility to do so. Wow, that's amazing. So good news for Julian Assange. They're going to appeal it now, but another good news is he might be able to get out on bail. So he might be able to get out on bail now while the United States appeals the decision. So that's fantastic. So hopefully he'll be able to get out on bail and he'll be able to get back into good health.
And be with his family.
It's amazing what's being allowed to happen in the West. And the fact that Australia isn't screaming about this, the government, of Australia. Again, shameful. Again, the biggest crimes are committed right out in the public. And this is one of them. right out in the public. They're doing this to a journalist. And look at all the worthless journalists in the United States not screaming about this. Hey, everybody, this is the part where I tell you where all our live shows are, but there aren't any. And then this is why I tell you to join our premium program and get extra content, but nobody's got a fucking job. So just enjoy the video.